Most of us, I feel like we have grown with adults that were pretty self-absorbed in their own suffering. And this is not a criticism, I'm just really explaining how most of us have been raised. With parents that were so totally self-absorbed in their own suffering, they didn't have time to see us. They didn't have time to really hold us. They didn't have the quality of presence and attention to see that they were our needs as childs. So we unconsciously started to feel that there was something wrong with us. We're not receiving the attention that's required for a healthy child to grow and mature into a healthy human being. So we were like, obviously there's no problem with my dad, mom and dad. So the problem must be me. There must be a problem with me. And then as soon as we start feeling over and over and over again that there's a problem with me, something is wrong with me, then that creates a split from love, a split from our essence. And then creates this, once that split is there, it creates this deep void, like this never-ending void, that it feels like it's too much to bear. And being at home with our caregivers that never truly met us, never truly saw us, didn't even spend time with us, most of us. We are always probably a lot of the time alone. Or even if we weren't physically alone, we felt like we were alone because we didn't feel seen, we didn't feel understood, acknowledged, met. So slowly this deep void started to come to in our experience. We didn't know what it was about. It just started to arise, like this feeling of overwhelming void, constantly, ever constant and present. This feeling of just deep existential void. And that in itself is because there was a split from love, from the sense of wrongness. There's something wrong with me. From being mirrored, lack of love, lack of attention, lack of holding and caring. And so we not only are not have our parents, our support, the support we need, but now we are also left with this deep existential, dreadful void that it feels like way too much to bear. And so we run our whole lives trying to find a way to feel that void, that feels it has no bottom. It feels like endless. It feels like if we really give ourselves to it, we're going to die. It's going to be too much to bear. So I'm just explaining this so that we realize this is not our fault. This is also not our fault. So then we turn into something, to every possible thing we can find to try to fill that void. That could be cigarettes, it could be alcohol, the guys, the boyfriends, all the new boyfriends, or sex, food, porn for guys. I mean, there's some women that also do that, but so there's no judgment here. Really, no criticism, no judgment. This is just exploring. This is just looking at it, understanding what actually is happening. But as we try to fill that void, it never really gets filled. It's like it gets filled momentarily, but it never truly gets satiated in a way that it brings us back to rest. It brings us back to a sense of peace and rest and no need anymore. It never gets to that point because no external object can truly fill that void. What that void is really asking is a turning of our attention towards it. Like the courage to start meeting this void. To start with curiosity, really turning towards it. Hey darling, I'm here. Hey, I see you. I'm here for you. I'm here. I got you. I got you. I got you. Because this is a process, right? Like it's a lot of times that this void is going to start to reemerge for different reasons. Something gets triggered, our partners break up with us, says they doesn't love us the way we love him. You know, it's going to get triggered because it's there to be met. And it's the doorway to this beaming love that we are. And we have always been. But because we internalized there was something wrong with us in early childhood. Because that's how our parents made us feel like it. We're not blaming our parents, we are just looking at it freshly. Then it felt safer to protect ourselves because being in this love is raw, naked, you feel everything. There's nothing to protect yourself from. Then you start fabricating a sense of safety through splitting ourselves from this love. But then the only way to really get rid of this void is to turn towards it, is to start to listen to his voices, start being curious, start holding this void as if you are its mama. And you're not going to let it down, going to be there. As if you are the mama you didn't have, you're going to be that mama to your own void. No conditions onto it. It can stay here forever if it wants to. It can come back 1,000,000 times if it wants to. It's just genuinely curious, genuinely witnessing, holding it, with loving attention. And as we do this over and over again, our bodies and hearts start to heal. The energy starts to heal. And the energy, whatever is there that needs to transform, starts to transform and transmute and give more space in the system for a deeper recognition to take place. This is the doorway to this unconditional love that we are looking for in the things. The doorway is this void. And I know it's scary, and I know it feels like it's never going to end, but it does transform, and it does transmute, and it does heal in time. If you have the courage to give it a chance, to turn towards it. Just felt like saying that.